Good morning, friends. So today we're going to read a brand new story for our class, and I'm going to ask you to think about maybe some questions, but I'm also going to ask you to retell what happened at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end of the book. And I'm also going to ask you to give your opinion about the book. Maybe what was your favorite part, or if you would recommend this book for someone else. So the book that we are going to read today is My Papi Has a Motorcycle, and it's a book written by Elizabeth Quintero, and it was illustrated by Zeke Peña. It is a beautiful book. It's actually a true story from Isabel Quintero's life as a child. So let's get started. Remember, you can write your questions down, and then at the end, I'm going to ask you to go back to Seesaw and reflect on what happened at the beginning, middle, and end, and what was your favorite part of the book. So, my papi has a motorcycle. My papi has a motorcycle. My papi has a motorcycle. From him, I've learned words like carburetor and cariño, drill, and dedication. When I hear his gray truck pull into our driveway, I run outside with both of our helmets. Thump, thump. My papi, the carpenter, is covered in sawdust and smells of a hard day's work. His hands are hard from building homes. Every day, his job since the first day he arrived in this country. But even though he comes home tired, he always has time for me. When our city is winding down, he takes me for a ride. Today, he's going to show me the new houses he's working on. Papi is careful with my ponytail, and he pulls my helmet tight. When he lifts me onto the smooth black seat, his hands don't feel rough. They don't feel tired. They feel like all the love he has trouble saying. Lista? Sí. Papi revs the engine, and the smell of gasoline hits me as he squeezes the accelerator. Con cuidado, be careful. The motor rumbles and growls. Vroom. Agárrate, hold on. And then we take off. The shiny blue metal of the motorcycle glows in the sun. The sun, the sun. The bright orange sun, it's on its way down. We become a spectacular celestial thing soaring on asphalt. A comet, the sawdust falling from Papi's hair. And clothes becomes a tail following us. Papi zigzags through the streets. We pass Abuelita's church and Tortilla La Estrella and stop for stray cats crossing in front of us. Mommy thinks there's too many of them, but I think there's just enough. We pass Joy's Market, where Mommy buys my gummy bears. Mr. Garcia, our librarian, is walking out the door and nods at us. We nod back. That's how we greet each other. Daisy! We roar past murals that tell our history of citrus groves and immigrants who worked them, and the famous road race that took place on Grand Boulevard 100 years ago. Now I know we're stopping at Don Rudy's Raspados. But as we near the shop, we see that it's empty and out of business. I can tell Papi is disappointed. I imagine the smell of sweet syrup Don Rudy used to flavor our shaved ice. We won't be the only one who misses him. As we ride, I feel and hear everyone and everything. We pass by, each sound landing in my ears rebuilds whole neighborhoods inside me. No matter how far I go from this place or how much it changes, this city will always be with me. Ding, ding, ding. Brr. Ha, 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 ha. We cruise by Abuelito and Abuelita's old yellow house, the one with the lemon tree that grew from the seeds of lemons Abuelito used to pick not far from here. Mommy says we're going to visit them to cut nopales from their garden and eat herby albondigas in Abuelita's kitchen, where the food always tastes better. Mija, adios, mi reina. Adios. We turn the corner and then the dogs behind the fences go wild. Frankie the Lopez's Labrador escaped from the yard and runs after us. Mercedes Lopez, the fastest runner in our class, races after her. Woof, 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 woof. Then, just as fast, the dogs barking and Mercedes and Frankie become a soft hush in the distance. They're right behind us. We ride toward the new homes, replacing the last of the citrus groves. The painters, drywallers, and floor layers all greet us, but we can barely hear the words amid the sounds of hammers and air compressors. Trabajando duro, muchachos? A little bit, not too much. Even in all that noise, my papi's voice touches everything. Around the circle, that's my favorite part. On Grand Boulevard, we lean into the curve of the street and make believe that we're in one of the races that took place here so long ago. In our last lap, we have to win. The crowd cheers us on. I feel Papi smile as I squeeze my arms tight around him. Vamos, Papi, faster, faster. We fly around the circle. There's the school where we practice soccer. There's the post office where Mr. Charlie takes our letters. And La Panaderia, where Papi buys conchas on Sunday mornings. Vroom. Here it is, all our beautiful city. My eyes try to catch everything, but the colors of houses blend into one another. Red, blue, pink, green, orange. Oh, I didn't show you the page. We ride until the blue glow from the motorcycle begins to dim. And our comet tail has been left behind on all the streets we traveled. We head home and slowly the engine echoes us back onto our street and then our driveway, our finish line. Mommy and little brother hear the motorcycle and run out to greet us. Mommy waves us in, just like a referee. Papi and I can't stop laughing. We had a good ride. Screech. Through our laughter, I hear a familiar sound. Honk, honk. Raspados. I think about my city and all the changes that it's been through and all the changes that will come. Chile y fresa, por favor. Oh, chicle. But I know that here in our little house, there are things that will always stay the same. Mañana we fly again. That was a beautiful story. And it says here from the author's note. So on this page, there is an author's note. And it says that this was one of the best memories from this author when she was a little girl. Her dad coming home from work and putting her on the back of his motorcycle and going for a ride. And this happened in Corona, California, which isn't very far from here. Now, what I want you to do, now that you've listened to this book, I want you to go and see if you can retell what happened in this book. Now, if you need to listen to it again, more than welcome to listen to it again. So I would like you to retell what happened to this book, in this book, and then I'd like you to also write down maybe 3-4 questions that you had on the slide. And then last thing, I'm actually going to ask you to tell me your favorite part of this book. So I'm going to ask you to, 1, retell me what happened in this book. 2, write down at least 3 or 4 questions that you have about what happened in this book. 3, tell me your favorite part of this book and why. Okay? So all of that work will be up for you on Seesaw. All right? Okay, I can't wait to see you again and read you another book.